last week or so, and now it is here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really playing out exactly how we thought it would, with that west wind starting to take over, and that's going to help to consolidate some of these lake effect snow bands. So these bands will be very persistent for the next couple of days, which is why you see this string of 19 first alert weather days. This doesn't mean everybody is seeing snow. I want to repeat that again. Not everybody is going to see the heavy snow. This is mainly going to be focused into our primary snow belt. Live look outside from our first alert camera. This is out in the Madison area, so there you're looking at I-90. Right now the road's just wet, mainly because of how warm temperatures were today. We still need that colder air to arrive to really allow a lot more of that snow to start sticking. But when you take a look at our ODOT camera, this is 90 at State Route 86, you can tell we're already starting to get that snow globe type of effect happening. And that's where you run into that reduction in visibility, sometimes those quick accumulations, especially when you get those heavier bursts of snow. And that's where you can also run into some issues as well. You see a lot of that darker blue starting to mix in now. That's where you're getting some of those higher snowfall rates. I mean, you can really see that more concise band just now moving to the north of the Euclid, Willoughby Hills area. So anticipate conditions to deteriorate very quickly if you are traveling east of Cleveland along I-90 or even State Route 2 tonight. It's going to take you a little bit of extra time. Now, we do have more snow showers. Most of these are very scattered in nature. This isn't necessarily lake effect. It's a little bit of an energy from a system that's moving through. So even folks down towards Wayne County, Worcester area, you're seeing a few of those light snow flurries up the 71 corridor out towards New London. And we even have a little bit of light snow out across the northern portions there of Erie as well as Lorain counties tonight. So if you're traveling north of the toll road, again, State Route 2 seems to be a more favored area for any of that snow. Just know you might run into it from time to time. But this is where your temperatures sit currently. For the most part, we're mid to upper 30s, so we need that temperature to drop just a little bit more before we really start to see some of those bigger impacts that we anticipate by the time we get into tomorrow and then through the rest of the weekend. So you'll notice on your impact tracker, snow's pretty high, especially across our primary snow belt. That will coincide with where you see some of the worst travel conditions. But for everybody else, it's going to be windy. It's going to be chilly. This is a good old taste of winter that we are getting in here for the next couple of days. We'll walk you through how this will impact the second half of your holiday weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
Paige is here with the latest data and an update on that snow.
Yeah, so I mean, really, we knew this was going to be coming in late tonight. So thankfully, most Thanksgiving Day plans, no big issues for us, but it's trying to get to maybe some other holiday plans that you have this weekend that you may run into a few of those hiccups. We do have 19 first alert weather days beginning basically tonight and lasting through Tuesday, mainly for the lake effect snow. Some of these squalls that move on shore will produce very heavy rainfall. They're going to reduce visibility. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. All those things pretty much give you that perfect combination of significant travel implications for us, especially into that snow belt. So keep that in mind if that's where you're going to be traveling the next couple of days. When we're talking about our alert days, this is really where we're focused on. If you live outside of the counties that you see highlighted here, it doesn't mean you're not necessarily going to see any snow out of this whole event the next couple of days. It just means your snowfall totals won't be nearly as significant as what we're going to be tracking out towards the east into our primary snow belt. So that is the reason why only certain counties are under either this lake effect snow warning or that winter weather advisory. The lake effect snow warning, Lake Geauga as well as Ashtabula counties for more of that significant snow accumulation. It is important to note that we will likely see very difficult, if not impossible, travel at some point this weekend along I-90. So if that is what you're going to be traveling here next couple of days, you need to plan ahead now because travel is going to start getting really tricky the more snow that we start piling in. For Cuyahoga County, it's a winter weather advisory. Both of these go into effect at midnight tonight. They will both end at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. The reason Cuyahoga County is only a winter weather advisory, we don't anticipate as much snow across Cuyahoga County as, say, what we're going to see out to the east. Let's just take your snow tracker out about 24 hours from now. You'll see some spots, places like Kirkland, Chardon, up towards Geneva, even Ashtabula, already getting close to about a half of a foot of snow. And you'll see where that very bullseye focus will be as we go through the rest of your weekend. This is 6 o'clock on Sunday, and look at what some of this totals is starting to come out to be. In some spots, upwards of almost 2 feet of snow. that is going to make travel extremely difficult. But look at how sharp the cutoff is the farther south you go. So it is going to be one of those feast or famine type situations. It really just depends on where we get that snow band to set up, and that's where you're going to see more of those implications of some of those higher snowfall totals. So we'll watch this because winds will change direction a little bit as we go through the next couple of days, and that's going to move that snow band north or south as we go through Friday, Saturday, even into Sunday. So it may not look like this the entire weekend, which is some good news because it should help you to get outside, get things cleared off a little bit in between some of these rounds. This is a look at Doppler right now. You can see places like Chardon out towards Kirkland Hills, Willoughby Hills, Eastlake, really seeing the brunt of the snow so far this evening. That does extend up towards Ashtabula County. Right now 90, still okay, but south of there, that's where we're really starting to see that snow pile in. And I have a feeling parts of 90 will see that reduction in speed here over the next couple of days as a result of some of this lake effect snow. But you can see that band really starting to come together to the west. We've got a few more snow showers inland down to our south. That will probably be maybe some of the most snow that we see across places like Akron, Canton, Worcester as we go through the rest of the weekend, because it's just really going to be the focus up towards the lake shore. You'll notice this is 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Lake effect snow really keeping going here across our area. You'll see the band break up from time to time, certainly possible as it tries to regain some of that organization, but it will remain a very persistent feature for us as we go through the rest of your Friday into Saturday, into Sunday as well. So just keep that in mind. We've got a lot to track in the 19 First Alert Weather Center, and that story does not change as we look ahead towards your weekend and even early part of this next week. In fact, most of next week, even into next weekend, there is at least some opportunity for some snow. We'll talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast and beyond coming up in the next half hour.